Hey guys, I'm just popping on here before I show you how I plant all of my seedlings for the season and just show you, like, if you're starting from scratch, what you need to do and pay attention to. So the first thing you need to learn is what zone you live in. And so you just go on Google or whatever search engine and type in your zip code and ask what planting zone you're in, and it should tell you. I'm in zone 5, which is pretty cold. So, and why that matters is it's when you're going to be able to plant these plants outside. So all these seedlings I'm growing, I don't want to put them outside too early and expose them to frost. And so I can't really put my plants outside until the end of May. And so, but if you are in a warmer zone, like if you're in zone 7, I believe that you could probably put those plants out soon. I don't really know, but it'll tell you then. So before, I'm sorry, I have a piece of dog hair in my eye. You're not going to need to know that right away. But even if you could plant some things outside right now, sometimes it's good to start things inside. For example, I'm going to be showing you how I'm planting these peas. And most of the time you plant these right into the ground outside. Peas are very cold friendly, so I can plant these probably mid-April outside. And I'm starting them inside because the birds steal these and I never get plants. So I always start them inside and then put them outside. Or sometimes the chipmunks eat the tender plants. They like the tender plants. And so I'm just trying to give them a head start. And then I'll probably put like a net over them to protect them or something to protect them from the animals. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go from start to finish with seeds. And show you what you need to pay attention to when you're planting these. So I have these beets that I'm going to be planting too. I already planted some of these. I have a lot of things planted over here. Things are starting to come up. But on the back of any seed packet that you get, it's going to tell you planting depth, how deep you can plant this when you're starting it. And if you're planting it outside, it'll tell you how to space them. It'll tell you the days that you can expect until it starts coming up, days to germination. And so it's going to give you all of this information on the back. Some seeds you just place on the surface because it needs a lot of light to germinate. So you don't even bury some seeds, like chamomile. You just kind of sprinkle them on the surface, press them into the dirt, and wait for them to germinate. It's very important to keep all of your seeds before they germinate very moist, and that's why I have some of those covers on there. And as you can see, the more adult plants aren't covered. It's also important that they get a lot of light. Sometimes it tells you on the seed packs how much light it needs. Last year I planted all my seedlings without these grow lights. Now they weren't like the healthiest. They were kind of lanky because they were reaching for light. They didn't have enough light, but I did it. So if you don't have grow lights, it's fine. You could also get grow light bulbs and just use like lights, like regular, like a desk lamp or something like that. But it's important for them to get a certain amount of light, at least 8 to 12 hours of light. Now, when these plants start getting big, I will raise those lights up a little further. Actually, that one's up a little high right now. If the plant has to reach for that light, it's going to get like tall and lanky. But a lot of my plants were tall and lanky last year. I put them in the garden and they produced. So don't expect yourself to be perfect. So I'm going to go through from start to finish showing you how I plant my seedlings. So if you're brand new at this is for you. And then I'm going to go into showing you all the plants that I planted for the seasons. So the first thing you're going to need is some kind of dirt. Now, I don't think you actually need a seed starter. I don't think you really need to waste money on seed starter dirt. They have specific dirt for starting seeds. I just have this right here, Coast of Maine, organic and natural. It's just a planting mix for whatever. I wouldn't use anything that's Miracle-Gro because I feel like it's a little toxic. So I always buy organic. And the first thing you're going to do, I'm going to put you down here. Hopefully you can see me the whole time. You have to excuse my appearance here because I am just waking up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I have these little seed starting things and I have this little tray and I will show you the cover that goes over it. But the first thing we're going to do is fill these with dirt. And I like doing it in the tray because all the dirt can just like fall into them. So we're just going to fill those up And then when you have the tray too, you don't have to worry about making a mess. Right? And then you're just gonna like kind of press it down. You don't have to pack it, but you want to fill it up to the top. And get it in there, okay? And then brush off the excess, so it looks like that. And then we're gonna do this one. And then after this, what we're going to do is we're going to soak it. We're going to water it before we put the seeds in because we don't want to wash the seeds away. Okay, so I'm going to pause this as I soak it. I'm just going to take this watering can and take it outside and soak it. I don't want to soak it in here because there's all my dirt's in there. I'll be right back. Okay, so now the next thing, these are all soaked. I ran the water over them a couple of times so they get nice and damp. And the next thing you're going to do is create some kind of a label. And so I take these little popsicle sticks that you can get from like the dollar store, and one tray is going to be the beets and the other tray is going to be the peas. And I usually use the stick, and these the instructions say to plant them 1 inch down, so I'm just going to make a little hole in the middle, about 1 inch down. And then with the beets, or with any seeds, I usually take a couple of seeds and put a couple of seeds in each hole. Sometimes the seeds are so small that this might, oh no, there's still some left. So I'm just going to put a couple of seeds, there's no exact amount, and just put them in each hole. Okay. And I will continuously plant beets in the garden throughout the whole season. This year I intend on pickling them, and so I'll be doing those kind of videos later on when I start preserving things to show you how to do that. And then you immediately put the label in there, so I know that this is my beets. And now this is going to be my peas. I already labeled these, so these are red snap peas, and they make this pretty purple flower, so they're really cool and they're delicious. Very sweet. These are also 1 inch down. I got these from the Hudson Valley Seed Company, and the packages that they come in are works of art done by artists, and they're so pretty. And they do have some like interesting seeds too. So I'm gonna just put like, oops. I'm just gonna put one, no, I'll put 2, I guess, in each one. Oh no, that one already has 2, I think. Okay, well, now it might have 3. I don't think this one has 2. Oops. I have so many of these seeds because I planted them last year, and I saved the seeds too. So these are the original seeds, and then I have some of the ones from what I grew last season. And I'm also going to go over that at the end of the season. I'm roasting right now. It's so hot in here. I'm also going to show you how to save seeds so you can replant the things that you like. I'm just going to cover that up and put the label in there. And then I'm going to show you where I'm going to put this. So I'll take you with me. I have a little space for these in one of my containers. Alright, those, and let's get the other ones, and I'll show you. So they're right, I think I can show you. These are the beets and these are the peas, and then I'm going to cover it up with this, and I'm going to check them every single day to make sure they have enough water. And that's all you have to do. That's it. Make sure they're labeled. I like to keep notes, so I have a notebook that I keep out here, right here, and when it comes up, that's when I write it down and I keep track of it just so I know what to expect. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you everything that I planted so far. Okay, so everything is starting to come up. That's the chamomile, that's rapini, that is some kale, and that is some cabbage. This is oregano that's starting to come up, and this is celery that hasn't popped up yet. I uncovered this because these things were hitting the top, so I'm going to have to make sure to keep that celery very damp. This is, some of these things are coming up, not a lot of them, some Swiss chard and the collard greens, and this zucchini plant has popped up. These I planted a while ago. Oh, these are seeds that I'm going to be planting. Those are actually marijuana seeds. So I'm going to be planting some of those. This is my basil. That's my tulsi. I started those a while ago and repotted them. And here's some babies coming up. These are straw flowers. What else is in here? I think this is mostly straw flowers, and those are the new ones that we just planted together. These are some more flowers. We have some more basil down here. This is artichoke. I can't wait for the artichokes to come up. But just starting to come up, some of these. What is that? Catnip up here in the corner. Status. These are wave petunias. They haven't popped up yet. Celosia. And there's a yellow squash in the corner here. So some stuff coming up, but it hasn't been that long. It's only been like a week. So very, very exciting. These are things that have been repotted. These are shishito peppers. This is mint that we bought, actually, pineapple mint. This is poblano peppers. This is some cilantro and some lettuce that I just kind of snip off for sandwiches. But that's everything. So I'm going to keep you posted as I grow more stuff.